Separated by just 114 miles, these teams have met 224 times since 1913, with Arizona holding a 144-80 advantage and having won 5 of the last 6. Last year, Arizona won 71-54 in Tempe and 73-58 in Tucson. Keep your eye on that young man, Jahi Carson. He is a prolific scorer. Arizona State. And here we go from the McHale Center.
A little ping pong here. Gus Johnson right now. Arizona goes. And they got a little clock issue already. It's on 0. I think it was who had possession, the way that thing ping-ponged around.
Certainly did.
Gus, back in this build, I've been here since Lute Olson was the coach, and it is alive. Sean Miller's got it going. Some great talent on the floor.
And the teacher meets the pupil. Sean Miller served as an assistant coach to Herb Sendek at Miami of Ohio and NC State. And there's Herb, longtime NC State coach, now in his 8th year at Arizona State. 133 and 113 his overall record. He's 2-2 in conference play. Just 1 appearance in the NCAA in his first 7 years in Tempe, and that was in 2009.
You know, Gus, it's interesting you mentioned that game, Miami. That was in the NCAA, and they beat Arizona with Sean Miller as an assistant.
So now it looks like the officials have sorted out the clock issues, and we're ready to play some basketball here in the desert. Jahi Carson, he had a 40-point game against UNLV this year.
Now the wings are going to have to shoot, and he's going to have to penetrate and finish. Jahi, tough off the bounce.
They'll cross over. McKissel in the corner, 1 year remaining for him to play. Has bounced around colleges.
Sure, as he's played well of late too. Can drive it, can shoot that jumper. And the defense, extraordinary. Little turnover, but the clock, 4 seconds left.
Here's McKissel, fadeaway jump shot, tough one. Loose ball batted around, and the Wildcats have it.
Big thing is get your defense set. Arizona State have to be balanced.
So here comes Arizona, 17-0. They've beaten Duke, they've beaten Michigan in a tough game in Ann Arbor. Big Zoo has that one blocked.
Ooh, the big fella.
Nicely done by Baczynski.
The kid blocks some shot. This is what's going to be tough around the size at the rim when Jahi Carson gets there.
Garczewski with another rebound. Herb Sendek thought about playing zone, but he says it's not their bread and butter. Deep in the corner, and that one goes down. Nick Johnson.
That's his bread and butter. Both teams like to put pressure on you, shorten the floor with long passes. Nice pick and roll, the big fella not able to finish, but in the right spot. Jordan, Shinsky, he is a load.
Numbers improving for Jordan, the Canadian. And he is a legitimate 7 feet 2 inches, folks. Left-handed. He wears size 11. He's got small feet, coach.
Big hands, small feet.
Like Patrick Ewing.
And a good attitude.
His wife, Malia, is expecting. She was a volleyball player at ASU. She's 6'1", so they're having a boy.
Yeah, somebody's going to offer a letter of intent soon.
Hopefully he'll be left-handed. Terry Francona is here, the great manager of the Cleveland Indians. They'll put him on the mound in a few years.
Sign him up early. Good activity, their motion, back screen lob, and that's well defended by the big fella.
Baczynski just snatches it away. McKissel on the Euro step to the hole, left hand, and it goes down.
That kid loves to attack in the open floor, all set up by great D and Reed and scouting.
Inside, knocked away, picked up. Right now, Arizona State playing some very solid defense against the Wildcats.
Yeah, Herbie's seasoned veteran. Of course, the scouting and preparation once you're at the conference play is extraordinary. Everybody understands and reads.
Brandon Kearney starting for Arizona State as well.
This is where he's tough. The empty side. Look at this. Going to be tough for him to finish. He's going to have to hit the floater or the pull-up. I know he can elevate, and he's strong. Carson to the tin, but the read Arizona defense has been just absolutely terrific. Whereas the box shot are in the right position.
McKissel driving. That one. Johnson gets a hand on it. Here comes McConnell. The transfer from Drake. Bounce pass. Gordon double clutch. Oh, and one! Aaron Gordon!
Everybody talking about this rookie, and why not? Great work attitude, the ability to hang a little bit between floors and deliver the counter.
Aaron Gordon, MVP, while leading the United States to a gold medal performance at the 2013 FIBA Under-19 World Championships in Prague. There's Carson looking for his first bucket. This is the man they need to play well. Jonathan Gilling. He's a designated shooter from long range.
Doesn't put it on the deck much. Loves his right shoulder here. Nice kick out. Oh, he's got to take that, I think.
10 to shoot. McKissel slashing again. The jump hook. Gordon getting up over the 10. He'll rake it and take it.
He's got a great handle, too. What an advantage. Your forward can bring it up and lead a fast break.
Arizona up by a deuce. McConnell turns the corner. Hesitation. Kicks downtown. And that one's sailing a little too long for Aaron Gordon.
That's what he's got to work on. He's improved it. That was a little deep for him.
Carson blocked by McConnell. That'll start the break. Gordon.
Well, he just keeps coming at you. Open floor, aggressive by nature. But how about McConnell elevating and blocking a shot? Not going to be easy around the rim for Carson. He's going to have to adjust his game just a tad.
We had a chance to go to the shoot-around today, Coach, and spend some time with Aaron Gordon just sitting and chatting, and what just a wonderful young man, and so kind and polite.
Pretty special, you're right. Great attitude, wants to work to be as good as possible. A lot of energy. He was afraid you might impact on his game a little bit, he was telling me in your conversation.
I didn't want to mess him up. He's doing so well. Free throw shooting a problem. He's at 46% on the season. He gets a second. Gordon 1 of 3.
Who's your favorite? How do you handle the ball screen? McConnell gets one on the tag, trying to get over the top. So tough to play in the open floor. The run out, high five, the call, and they're going to trap that a little bit and then back off and on the roll, put the hand up as high as possible.
Now Carson kicks it. Gilling off the heel.
They got to make those, though. That's his job. Deliver it. Either pick and pop or penetration. Find a designated shooter.
Subs getting ready to come in for Arizona. TJ McConnell transferred from Drake. Sat out last year. Baseline, Ashley.
He's been quiet.
Rebounded and a foul.
That's the size. Ashley didn't get many touches this first 4 minutes and change, but they beat you on the glass.
Timeout on the floor. Both teams, high effort. 3-point lead for Arizona. And a pretty good free throw shooter.
Very, very good.
Karczewski, 77% free throw shooter. He's a 7-footer. And he'll get a pair. So, Baczynski picked up his second foul. He was playing well. He has to leave the game.
Yeah, Jefferson on the floor now. Great defender. Gets to the rim. There's a back screen by Jacobson and a ball screen.
Kearney. Rebounded. Jacobson, power dribble, double pump, and banks it home.
They need him to keep getting better. Little backup, and occasionally they can play big. Little 2-3 zone. Herbie misleading us.
We saw him practice this morning. Baseline.
Pretty.
Ashley rims off. Gilling there, and we'll head the other way.
They do a nice job. You saw Jefferson, they flash post, feed, they'll back screen lob. They do a lot of nice things against the zone. It's a forwards game right now for Arizona.
And if I'm Arizona State, I like how my team's playing.
Yeah, he's making some shots now. They're in touch, playing with a lot of confidence.
Arizona State coming off an 87-72 loss to UCLA. Carson, 16-foot high, archer and air ball.
That's the shot he's going to have to take and make.
Gordon the other way. To the basket again. Flipped it up and in.
That's against the zone, Gus. That shouldn't happen. The big fella, confident with the handle. A little small change. York getting tangled with the bigs. This is a basketball play that just, you can't let it happen, particularly if you're in the zone. Got a pinch, you're just a little bit late and gambling. Just hold your ground. He's going to charge you, he's going to have to kick, pick it up.
So York picks up his first. Gilling inbounding on the baseline. Kulichov is checked in. He's right underneath the basket, number 15.
And he mixes it up. Very competitive.
Carson.
Terrific defense here. Look at the help. Perfect trap situation. Causes the walk.
First turnover for Arizona State. They average 11 a game.
I guess the more you watch this team on tape, Arizona, it's their defense that jumps out at you. They just make it tough to run your stuff.
McConnell.
Pretty
inside, nice look. Ashley, and he'll go to the line.
That's what McConnell does, but Aaron Gordon, you talked about this freshman, this sensation. Everybody impressed with his work habit, his effort, ability to linger between. And here, the penetration against the zone, the little flip. Once he gets that jumper to go, and they've worked hard, it's improved, he is going to be dynamite.
Ashley from San Francisco. Here's a young man that was one of the top 16 players in the country. Considered maybe the best power forward in the nation. What is it about Sean Miller? He can go in somebody's house and get their kid going. Come to Tucson.
Just very impressive, very, very relaxed. A coach, that's what he is. He's a teacher. Dad John, outstanding mentor out in Western Pennsylvania. Of course, Archie at Dayton. It's a family of X's and O's.
McKissick to Carson, a three. That's his second brick.
He had a great December. He's got to regain that form for this team to be a knockout team.
He's 0 for 5 to start this one. And a travel. Aaron Gordon shuffling his feet. Second turnover for Arizona.
Sean rotating the bigs. Parzewski now comes in. Gives Ashley a bit of a blow. You know, I am getting old. I know that. Having watched Sean Miller make the pass to Jerome Lane.
Send it in, big fella.
Wow, and did he? And of course, Sean claims that without his pass,
it never happened.
I'd still be coaching.
You made Jerome Lane famous.
I told Jerome he made me.
Kearney, tough shot. Great defense.
Great D, absolutely best.
Hollis Jefferson in transition. And he'll bank in his own miss.
They are quick to elevate. Go Barnes in. They want him to get going. A pretty good shooter in practice. Got to start filling up once again. McKissick, the ability to get to that rim and attract the bodies.
So he'll go to the free throw line. And what an interesting story, this kid. I mean, talk about the heart of a lion. Bounced around junior colleges, was homeless momentarily, slept in his car.
Overcoming obstacles, amazing attitude.
And this is his lone year to play at Arizona State. And I was thinking, just watching him practice today, Todd Graham, who is a wonderful coach at Arizona State for their football team. Coach Graham, if you can get this kid a year of eligibility, you can play him as safety, wide receiver.
You know, it's interesting. They say he never complains. He's delighted, whatever the meal is, whatever the arrangements are, just let me go play.
Arizona State gets back into the zone.
Now, Herbie used to match up out. This is more of a pure zone, an area zone.
Baseline, Hollis Jefferson. Kearney with the rebound. Deep in the corner. That one rimming off for Barnes.
That's what they need, him to knock it down.
Now Gordon, look at his versatility starting the offense.
They're changing defense. On misses, they're going man. On makes, they go zone, just to confuse a little bit this talented array. They got Jacobson with a nickel dimer.
Looks like it's going to be on Kearney.
On the outside, but knocking shots down, so important, particularly with the dribble drive ability of this guy. You mentioned struggling from the field. Carson 0 for 5, getting decent looks outside. Got to convert.
Arizona State on the season shoots 47% from the field, 39% from the three-point line.
Nice pin down for terrific long-range shooting. Whoa! A little beneficiary. A little kiss.
Largest lead of the game now for Arizona.
Nice
splitting.
Well, what a hard foul. Look, Jefferson. That's a Philly foul. Nothing easy. You want to stay in the playground, fifth and chunk. You got to mix it up.
Shaq McKissick, 1 of 2 from the line. He averages 8 points. He has 5.
Were you impressed with York's range today, by the way?
Yes, I was.
Unbelievable. You really have to get out. That should open up passing lanes for them.
Inside.
Well, not a good look. You had top of the key to McConnell.
12 to shoot. Johnson, the floater.
Ready. Kid's tough. Hurt that ankle just a little bit yesterday. But a gamer.
Nick Johnson with 5. And Kearney dribbles it out of play. The guy that they always mention is this man with the basketball, T.J. McConnell, their leader.
He just does the right things, values the basketball, unselfish. When he's got to score like USC, they were struggling. He made jumpers. It looks like a little box and one here on McConnell to let others make decisions. This is where Johnson and York have to do the job.
Tarzewski backs his way in.
Got the hook. There you go. Both hands, by the way.
And they're not booing, folks. They're zooing. Big zoo.
Big zoo. Tough kid, let me tell you.
Carson's got to get going for Arizona State. Their leading scorer at 18 a game.
There you go. No, still.
Way long on his shots in the first half. York.
Well, Johnson can't elevate, can he?
McConnell.
Whatever you need.
Uh-oh, he's got a little Johnny Manziel in him, folks. Get money. 9:59 to go. 7-0 run. Zona. Lachinsky
not making shots. Almost 12% as a team out of the get-go here.
Baseline, Hollis Jefferson working, nice look, and big zoo.
The hammer.
Gilling, mid-range.
This just feeds them. If you don't make shots, they're able to get out and run and do some damage. Just the ability to penetrate a big fella, always available in here. And great hands. The feed here, you draw the attention. The big fella who loves to block shots. And anytime you step up on penetration, you get yourself presented, get the hands ready, and complete the deal.
Arizona State 2 for 17. 13% shooting.
They're switching this on occasion, occasionally staying at home on the high ball screen, double.
Chance Murray is checked in with number 3 for Arizona State.
They really harass the passer to make it a tough feed.
9 to shoot. Murray.
Great defense.
And he's fouled on the baseline.
Woo. Mays, I thought he sealed the deal on the baseline. Aggressive at the point of attack, and they're going to call that, no question about it.
New shot clock for Arizona State. Let's see if they can get something easy here.
Nothing easy against this defense.
Paczynski calling for it. Knocked away. Ashley.
Once again, the tough defense, but counter that, Jahi. Not much joy right now for Mr. Carson. Really struggling. Every shot challenged. Anything around the rim, they've contested.
Here's Carson, and a foul. So they do get something easy. He snuck in, found a crease, and will go to the line. Looking for his first points of the game.
Well executed out of bounds play, set that up. You just need something to get you going when you're struggling like this. A couple of free throws, a little comfort zone.
This kid could have gone anywhere in the country, including Arizona, but chose to stay in the Phoenix area because his family is there. Originally, though, he's from Gary, Indiana. He and Michael Jackson.
Is that right?
That's right.
Even though he is struggling, a very talented young guy, and when you're in this league and they prepare, they take a lot of things away from you. You've got to have some counters.
When he had 40 against UNLV, most of his points came in the second half, so he can score points in bunches.
Nice.
Baseline.
Execution. Wow. In the right spot, the foul line flash, but the big fella not getting many opportunities. Of course, he had those early fouls. And Carson just not able to convert on some open looks.
Rondé Hollis Jefferson at the line, freshman. He's from Chester, Pennsylvania. Same area as Wisconsin coach Bo Ryan. And I said, how come you didn't go to Wisconsin? He said, Bo knew he couldn't get me. He didn't waste his time.
Bo would like to hear that. There's the full court pressure. Big on the ball with the long arms. And Jefferson, a lot of these guys can play. Oh, goodness. Catch it. And a little bit rattled. Not getting a lot of minutes. Murray gets about 9 a game. Big upside with him. We feel he's going to become a pretty good player.
Nick Johnson almost lost it, hit the deck, picks it up. Johnson. Now Hollis Jefferson posting. Gordon, and a foul.
So many options, though. Unselfish. Jefferson not seeing anything. Found the right guy.
7:49 to play, first half. Big lead for Arizona. TJ McConnell, he's been big. Arizona, unselfish play, up 27-10. Aaron Gordon ranked as the number 3 overall player and the number 2 power forward in his class by Rivals.com.
And that's an area he's got to work on, too. We watched the free throw today, building confidence. How about him, Male Athlete of the Year? That is really impressive.
MVP of the 2013 McDonald's All-American game.
It's all about work. He gives it all, leaves it all.
Gordon with 6. Carson turns a corner.
There you go.
And gets it to go.
And interesting, and everybody left, an overload left. If you picked up, he had a corner jump shooter.
Remember, folks, he can score points in bunches if he gets it rolling.
They love to lob at the end of sequences. There's so many people to lob to, including Johnson.
Straight away, Johnson.
How about that? That drags your zone out.
Johnson with 8. Nick Johnson, their leading scorer, 16 a clip.
Boy, they really stay at home, contain the bounce. Look at the footwork by Ashley in the box area.
McKissick.
The settle.
And last touch by the Wildcats.
An 8-man rotation, Mays being the 8th guy. Everybody fresh, getting plenty of minutes. A lot of tough outs.
And Nick Johnson came into this game needing 8 for 1,000 career points. He now becomes the 48th member of the 1,000 point club at the University of Arizona.
Look at this D, and they get the 5-second count. Harassing, big on the ball. Boy, this is a tough place to come in and perform. Great audience. Appreciate the players' talents.
We'd like to welcome all of you that have been watching Providence and St. John's. Welcome to Fox Sports 1. We're in Tucson, Arizona, and you're watching the #1 team in the nation in white, the Arizona Wildcats, undefeated at 17-0, take on Arizona State.
They got a little 3-second violation there on the post-up. Tarczewski, they have been outstanding defensively. And converting on the other end would run out for poor shooting by Arizona State.
Arizona State 3 for 19. They've turned it over 4 times.
Very tough for this guy to get a shot at the rim. That's what you call a tie-up, by the way. Tarczewski's leg all over him.
Arizona State 13-4 overall, coming off an 87-72 loss to UCLA. They're 2-2 in conference play. And they're without their best player, Jermaine Marshall, out with a groin injury.
Once again, tough inbounding. And they sorely need Marshall. Took a lot of pressure off Carson, no question about it.
And this Arizona defense making Arizona State play faster than we're accustomed to seeing them play.
I was impressed watching them yesterday.
So what do you do when that happens? How do you slow your
You got to have
down?
poise. You need your lead guard to calm everybody down. Take a little longer in the set. Get some touches, particularly on the box.
TJ McConnell feeding the post.
A lost art.
Tarczewski backing his way in. Baseline, dips inside, gets his own rebound, and sticks it back. Big fella.
Great footwork, though. There you go. See if we can do some damage. Tarczewski with what he'd call a nickel dimer, but this is a clinic. Station drill. Everything but the delivery, but hanging tough. Completes the deal.
When he gets that ball nowadays, he knows he's playing with a lot of talented guards. He ain't giving it up.
Oh, come on now. I think he's got a great attitude finding people, particularly on a double. Joseph Blair, what a great story. Coming back, terrific player here. Undergrad assistant coach, so he gets his degree. Been played all over the world. Got a chance to chat with his mom. That is great. I'd like to see more of that. Talking about doing that at this NCAA meeting, helping kids who finish their careers and get them back in school.
That's a great idea.
Absolute necessity. Obligation.
Joseph was interesting. He said, you know, I like coaching, but every now and then when the game gets tight, I want to lace up my sneakers and get out there.
This is where they're tough. Look at this ball dispersal. Flash the post, the hide corner.
Off the glass with the left hand, goes down for Hollis Jefferson.
He has had a body surge just to balance yourself and then deliver. They got the mismatch, but they're not going inside. Here it is. Timing.
Kearney. Rebounded, Paczynski.
Oh, got to call it.
And he's traveled.
Oh, my goodness, what a body up. That's a shame. And I can't blame Herb Sendek. That is just, I mean, this is so obvious here. Now watch, the body up. I mean, you've got to call that. It causes the walk. So now he can make that shot too. That's how unselfish he is. It's actually a clean look.
Carson, smallest man on the floor, gets a rebound. Hard push to the basket, gets up, double clutch, got it, and the foul.
Number 2 on McConnell. But that's what they need. Some run-outs, some opportunities at open floor, just to clear the senses. How about this, wire-to-wire? Maybe one of the quickest in the country. Yahi to the rim. I don't blame McConnell, too. Nothing there.
And the name Jahi means lead with dignity in Swahili. Adds a free throw. And after a slow start, he has 7. And Sean Miller wants a timeout.
He's furious on the call on McConnell. Trying to get an answer. Not right now. He's got that little wiggle. You see that? That little chubby checker.
Doing the twist. 6 points for Hollis Jefferson. Little pressure by Arizona, and they force a turnover. Gordon slipping, but gets up and regains his dribble.
A nice little trap. He's got the length.
Hollis Jefferson inside. Ashley tapped around, and finally, Arizona State's Gilling comes up with a rebound.
Now they're really having trouble with this pressure, but this opens up the floor for this guy. That's the danger of a press. You get him going, open floor, attacks with some reckless abandon. Sean's eyes tell a story over here, don't they?
He doesn't have to yell a bit. His eyes have rage behind him. And it's so much fun to watch Sean Miller coach his kids during practice. I mean, talk about energy and enthusiasm and detail, passion.
And he gets the response, a lot of respect.
Think about it, he turned this job down at first.
What was wrong with him?
I don't know.
We should have talked to him.
I guess he got a call from somebody in Pittsburgh and said, hey, what's wrong with you?
You know that the weather's like, because maybe Luke called him. He knows what a job he did here. I spoke to him today just chatting about how proud he is of not only this team, but the job that Sean's done. Kearney, I think, on the cutoff there. There's Lute, huh?
Remember when we had dinner with Lute and his wife Bobby about, what, how many years ago was that, Coach?
Probably 12, 14 years ago. He's so proud of what's been going on here. And by the way, last night you came a little late for dinner. We were shut out. And I used Luke's name, and I felt like Sinatra. They rolled the table in.
Wow.
For the 7 of us.
They probably thought you were his little brother with both of you guys with beautiful hair.
Well, they thought I was his older brother, I think. Look at the reaction. Great D. Automatic switch.
Carson. Kearney. Nice rebound.
Steps.
Yeah, he tried. 8 turnovers for Arizona State. You get the feeling, though, that Herb Sendek's team has a little run in them.
You know, it's something about the offense that's hurt them more than anything else. When they get an open look, you must make it against #1 team in the country. There's that little back screen, lob out of it.
Johnson, pick and roll with Ashley. Ashley now goes onto the box.
Yeah, they move the ball side to side, make your defense work.
Gordon leaves his feet. York downtown.
Good
and
rebound.
A foul.
Good rebound. Ashley over the top.
Fouls on Arizona's 21, Brandon Ashley, his second personal.
And that is team foul number 10 against Arizona. So Gilling will shoot 2.
You know, as good as a shooter he is, he struggles a little bit from the free throw line.
Gilling with his first 2 points of the game. 39-24, Arizona State trying to claw their way back into this when Johnson, loose ball, York to the bucket, blocked by Kearney. Great job by Kearney. Outlet Carson, Bo Barnes.
Oh, tough luck. That's a big trip too. Control it. I think Carson was a little too unselfish there. I think he could have done some damage. He's got the green light to take his guy, but competitive, something you need on the glass against this outstanding offensive team. This is running out of real estate.
Aaron Gordon posting up Gilling. Splits across the lane. High elevation, no. Jacobson with a rebound. Now Carson.
A little out of control there, a little too deep. I like to see him stop and just hit that little jumper. But he does have some blow by, some engine and gear control. Step it up a notch and very lucky to get it back.
Carson again, the kick, McKissick. Gilling, almost traveled. McKissick at the rim and out of bounds.
Those are the plays they got to complete. I think they're showing some competitiveness right now.
Yes, they are.
Arizona State.
They are. They're on a 7-1 run. They've trailed by as many as 21.
Nice pass. That's what separates this team too. Unselfishness, interior play, and the ability to complete the deal.
And finally one goes down for Jonathan Gilling from the perimeter. A couple of free throws. Got his rhythm.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Get a little confidence.
Shot clock turned off. Game clock at 18.
A lot of guys run a ball screen at the end of this late in the shot clock. Guys, I think you ought to trap it on occasion, particularly late if they do it. 1-4 set. Here it comes.
Nick Johnson. He dribbled it off.
And a foul by Ashley.
Foul. Wow. They'll shoot free throws with 4.4 to go.
Oh, good, excellent stop there, Arizona State. A little complacency now and frustration.
Arizona's 21, Brandon Ashley's third personal.
So Ashley picks up his third. And Bo Barnes, the junior who transferred from Hawaii as a freshman, he made a record 57 threes for the Rainbows.
Because they were telling us in practice, preseason, drilling shot after shot, so sometimes it's tough to adapt and be comfortable.
DJ Henderson back here for ASU.
He'll get the second. Here's York, 4 seconds.
Ooh.
And a foul up top.
He got hurt too, York. Hopefully he's okay. He took a real shot. And Barnes being aggressive. Gabe almost had his bell rung on that particular play.
York had that big 12-point game against UCLA, and as Ashley comes out with his third, also a couple of big free throws to seal the win.
Well, he's at double figures 5 times with the unbelievable range that we witnessed today. With confidence.
Gets a second. 1.8 remaining. Gilling.
Don't let Carson get it going the other way.
Ball tipped. Out of bounds on Arizona with 0.4 of a second to go.
Catch and shoot situation. Oh no. Arizona ball.
And that's it. But Arizona State closes the half on an 11-4 run in the last 4 minutes. And that's the end of the first half of the score. Arizona 42, Arizona State 28.
See if they can get some control of this juggernaut.
McConnell. Ashley along with Nick Johnson. Johnson, 16-footer.
A nice screen by Ashley. Unselfishly giving up of himself.
He has 10. In the first half, he scored 8 points and became the 48th member of their 1,000-point club. Gilling, turnaround jump shot.
He's got the size you want to go at the rim, not fade away. Kind of really busy without the basketball. Looking opposite.
Ball smacked away by Carson. Here comes McKissick. Carson driving, gets to the bucket and tripped and fouled.
Just making yourself involved on the offensive end. Nice little cross, sets the screen up, and then the ability to make the jumper. And the same play, same result, and the roll too, the pin by Ashley, if in fact he did go to the rim, would have gotten it.
Baseline jump shot way off the mark.
Tough. Karczewski moved him away from the block.
McConnell spinning.
How about that? Great body control.
5 points for TJ. Carson 3. That's what you want from him.
Yeah, he doesn't need much of a window when he's on his game.
12 points for Jahi Carson. Gordon explodes on the baseline, kept it up high, rims off, and taps in his own miss.
I was watching the game, Bill Walton talked about this. He is so quick on the second jump. Not too many guys can do that.
10 points for Aaron Gordon.
Karczewski doing a great job defensively, but McConnell, a little spin to the 10. How about this? A lot of lingerie on the deck, Gus. This is just a lot of work, a lot of effort, and a lot of talent, too. A little kiss.
Now Johnson. Ashley.
Oh, my goodness. How about that? Is that big time? Now, that's a kiss.
So long. Carson working on the baseline. Machinsky gets a rebound, can't hold on. Here comes Arizona.
Always looking up, seeing the floor. This is what you want point guards to do.
McConnell drops it down.
Well, that was gorgeous, wasn't it? But the ability to put it in the offhand. Big strides, big finish. Soft little kiss. Whew. One of Tucson's finest. You got to play your A game against this club, don't you think, Gus?
Yeah, you do. Especially here. Kearney. Ashley with the weak side rebound.
Well, they are in great shape, too. They can run all day, put pressure on your defensive balance.
Here's Big Zoo. Look at him, use his body. Inside.
Nice job by
Jacobson
Jacobson.
takes it away.
A clean takedown.
Carson slicing. Oh, blocked by Nick Johnson. Here comes Johnson leading the break. McConnell. And Arizona State getting back on defense.
Boy, what pressure they put on you in transition. Nothing easy at the rim, right? The person, guy that can really elevate, just size prevails.
Johnson steps back. Top of the arc. McConnell. One dribble, 15-foot lead in. And he gets the bounce.
So clever. Unselfish by Johnson, too. A lot of guys would have taken that step on the leaner.
Largest lead of the game for Arizona. Bo Barnes.
TJ, you think you got an easy one, Gus? Think again and keeping it in play. You called them Big Zoo. This play. There it is.
Do you remember Coach Olson's teams at Iowa?
No, I was only a kid then. So he really made, I think, at least nationally, his name here.
So Bo Barnes at the line.
Got to make all the opportunities available. You got to take advantage. This team, it's relentless in their defensive attack and complemented with a high-pressure push. Little fade screen. Look at the activity, Gus. They lob it if you don't have it, or a ball screen. Nice help by Jacobson.
Handoff. Hollis Jefferson.
He's a pretty good slasher, isn't he?
Yes, he is. 5 to shoot. Johnson, step back 3.
Ooh, neck ball. That's not pretty. The neck ball is not one of my favorite. We led the country in neck balls for 1 year. This is good challenge to the D. We made him rush the shot.
Carson. Gilling, rejected. Hollis Jefferson with a hand on it. Johnson leads the break. Baseline, York, rise and fire.
But look who's at the rim. The two bigs. Jefferson prevails there. Just a great push.
Fouls on 21. Eric Jacobson, his first team foul.
So Jacobson called for his first foul. First team foul in the second half for Arizona State. Inside, oh!
What a great setup.
Gordon. Arizona 54, Arizona State 31.
That invigorates the crowd and the defense. Tough shot.
Oh my goodness, what a trick shot by Jahi Carson. York, nice run. Big Zoo with 10 points.
When your big guy can run the floor and get to the rim, what a blessing. And you compliment him. Good cut.
Oh, and a layup and foul by Carson.
Nice little out of bounds play. Little fake to the corner, little bump, and soaring big time. And right here, if you got to make these shots all game long, you're going to have a tough evening. It is not easy. It has not been easy. Getting in that lane and unable to convert because of the size and length.
Tarzewski checks out. Nick Johnson leaves with 3. $15 points for Jahi Carson.
They do a nice job on passing to the post and cutting.
Carson quickly.
Look at this kid push.
Jump stop. Pull-up jump shot, Edwards. He's the Valpo transfer that is the designated shooter. McConnell for three.
Whatever you need. Is that a touchdown signal?
No, that's the Johnny Manziel.
I know.
I'm getting money signal. I'm money. McConnell, little hot dog in him like the Heisman Trophy winner. Jacobson.
Got a little hook in his game. That's his shot, that top of the key three.
Chance Murray in the corner. McKissick, Kearney, 7 to shoot. He'll drive inside, way off, and a foul.
We're trying to shoot over people. Just terrific footwork and then complete elevation. Forcing errant tosses. Tough to score against. Because they do a great job of running a forward out, then a ball screen, and they got spread for threes in both corners. Really imaginative and creative and tough on your defensive balance. Can't help out as much. There's a slice cut to the box for Brandon.
Ashley. Left hand jump hook, pure.
Wow. Some front line.
McKissick drives. And foul from behind by Hollis Jefferson.
He just slipped on the initial move, was trying to make up for it.
Here's Nick Johnson. McConnell, wide open three.
Nice rebound. That's where they're tough, that offensive glass. Persistent pursuit.
Hollis Jefferson with 8 points.
Yeah, they really handle the ball screens beautifully.
McKissick.
What a blow by.
Hollis Jefferson starting to feel it now. Carson, and he traveled, carried the ball.
You know who one of the best at that was? Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
And he didn't need an edge to get by anybody either. And neither does Carson.
Herb Sendek would love to have Allen Iverson right about now. His team down 63 to 41.
Once again, Arizona on that glass, so tough. Nice give. The zoo's alive. Great presentation by Ashley. Nice show. So basic defensively.
Inside, Jacobson, and he's fouled.
Jacobson on the floor at the end of that play, but just good, solid basketball. The give back. Just great acknowledgement.
Fourth foul called on Nick Johnson, so he'll have to come out of the game. Jordan Mays ready to check in.
Jordan Mays replacing Nick Johnson for the Wildcats.
I guess so much for the ankle problem, huh? Just a little nick yesterday, iced it up, and they said he'd be ready to go.
Ashley. Nice delivery, but Arizona State gets a hand on it.
And the bigs really pass well, don't they?
York back in for Hollis Jefferson.
And these are where they can move you around a little bit, play a little smaller. Give the bigs a rest.
Hollis Jefferson will stay in, and McConnell will head to the bench. Mays, right off the bench, takes a jump shot. McKissick on the move. Out of control. York the other way. He's got Hollis Jefferson. Crossover dribble. Blocked by Jacobson, out of bounds.
Boy, what speed by McKissick. A little out of control at the other end. Maybe he should have been at the foul line as well. But they just come right back at you. Take a punch and go the other way. And York known for the shooting. Terrific attack at the rim.
Inside, Hollis Jefferson strip.
Give it.
Here's Carson. Power dribble to the basket and one. This kid can ball. Like this kid here.
He doesn't mind going at you. Of course, with the new rule, very tough to draw a star. I thought he was there. Maybe a little hop at the end is what the officials saw. But on the big board, the referees in red don't agree at all. Woo! Can he turn it up and get to the rim?
17 points. The average is 18. And he adds a free throw.
Just hanging around, Gus. 20's a big number. 19. This is the end. They got to belly up.
Gordon. Wow, my goodness.
Everything going their way, but his read made it possible.
It's so effortless, and he's only a freshman.
He runs effortlessly too, doesn't he?
Everything, except for free throw shooting.
It's going to get better, though.
And you talked about a lean that he has in his shot.
He goes back instead of just leaning over the line a little bit. It's like a rhythm thing that good shooters have. It's a balance, not a hurt or jerk stop.
Carson inside again. Krzyzewski with the rebound. They'll get it up the floor quickly. York dumps it down. Ashley.
All the bigs run to the rim. If you don't get back, you take a trip off. Tapioca.
Ashley with 8. 69-46. McKissick. Oh.
Now that is a blow-by.
Coach Graham, I hope you're watching this, Coach Todd Graham. See if he has another year to play some football. Mays steps back. Bo Barnes. And a blocking foul on the baseline against York.
I'm impressed with Arizona State. They're not backing off. They're down by 18, 20, 22, but this is just right at the rack and a message at the finish. Snap back, Jack. Woo. Wow. Power. You like him, huh? You think he'd be a wideout?
He can play somewhere. And that's why they say he's so appreciative for everything that he receives at Arizona State. You wish kids like this the best of luck because he is a terrific young man.
The hardships they have in life and still able to get through school and play. It's just so admirable. A double screen and another. They do this beautifully.
Ashley facing, jab step. Now backs his way down, gets to the 10, shows the ball, left hand, counted and the foul.
I think you got to run there and play him on that bounce. You just can't let him dominate your buddy. Go down and double. When he starts bouncing, go ahead. I know you got York, but do some damage. Maybe you get a rotation from the weak side. Just not attentive, I don't think. Too good, too dominating, and clever at the rack. Yeah, he's not pulling up for that jumper. He's really going at the rim, Carson. He can get his mid-range going. Nice back cut. Offensive foul, Jacobson. Wow.
7:44 to play, second half. Arizona up big, 71-50. 71-50. 7:40 to go. Let's see if Arizona State can cobble together a run here. But there's been some balanced scoring for Arizona. All 5 starters in double figures.
They just pass the ball so well. The ball rotation, the speed that they run, pretty impressive.
Knows when to look for his offense, but is always trying to get his guys started.
I just love their activity. Here's the pin down. Now, you've done a lot of NBA games. They're always looking for a guard that makes the team better, makes plays. Nice little block. But a big fella, the chin, Lachinsky.
Carson. McKissick will rise from deep.
And right away, they're out and running.
Ashley.
So that's what you got to do. You can't just let him beat you, buddy.
It will be dangerous. Nick Johnson.
They got some juice without this building, and they got some players, and they do all the little things.
Carson driving, and forced this one up and in. 20 points.
Nice look here. Thread the needle. TJ, just great hands, and look at this effort. Doesn't get up, it would have been a walk. An assist from the knees. And the presence of mind to look up, because they do get out and charge the other end.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Coach, because we've seen them both now. Who's better, number 1 Arizona or number 2 Syracuse? One game.
They are pretty good against the zone, which you have to be, obviously. I wouldn't mind watching that one in the final, though. I think they're playing as well as anybody in the country, I think. And they force you to score a lot of points. A little bit like we said about Creighton. You got to score. But then they just get after you defensively, test your psyche with great D.
Now I know why they call you the governor. Here's Carson.
No, I don't stop traffic.
Barnes.
Now maybe they found the guy now. They felt he could make shots and struggled a little during the course of the year.
McConnell. Gordon thinking about the jump shot. He steps back from 18.
There you go. They worked hard, they tell me. Sean Miller spent a lot of time. And that completes the deal for him, I think. We know he can do everything else.
16 points for Aaron Gordon. Here's the give to Chance Murray. I just find it so interesting, though. I'm talking to TJ McConnell with the basketball right now during the shoot-around today, and he said things just weren't working out at Duquesne. So he said, I wanted to transfer, so we sent some flyers out. Sean Miller is from Pittsburgh, like TJ. Sean Miller gave him a call. He came out. 2 days later, he was a Wildcat. It was almost like he hit the lottery, he said.
The grapevine in Pittsburgh. Nice help. But Barnes has done a much better job here helping him on the defensive end.
Carson tried to needle it through. Ball knocked out of bounds. We'll stay right here. Inside, Carson.
Just tough with the bigs. I mean, this is a learning experience for him. He is a great talent. It's just recognizing what's ahead of you.
Hollis Jefferson, extra dribble and a puncher.
Wow. That's a tough elevation from low on the floor. And look at the effort, the backcourt. Good.
Barnes, quick release.
They got something, I think. What do you think?
Yes, sir.
And that's part of, even though you take this loss, I like the aggressive nature of this Arizona State team against a basketball team that's meshing and doing some great things.
Johnson, pure.
A lot of other guys would have shot it. McConnell didn't.
And McConnell with a steal. 3-on-2. The lob!
Oh! He can do it. He's brought the house down a few times, Johnson, in the open floor.
Crossover. Carson, the kick. Barnes again. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they all felt he was doing it early. And that just widens the bench, deepens the bench. I think this game's going to teach them a lot. There's a lot of things I like about their effort. And maybe some of the approach intellectually wasn't quite what Herb would like, but they're not backing off. I mean, competing in the stance. Just this team is so solid, Arizona. Any little mistake, we'll just take advantage of it.
Elliott Bitts in the game now. Hollis Jefferson. And Rondé Hollis Jefferson, a freshman. Right now, he's trying to fit in, coach. But once he does, watch out.
They really give. I love the shimmy shake with the shoulders. Look at that. That's got to be a dance routine.
Little Mark Jackson.
But he can put it on the deck and complement this offense, and a lot of them do with the bounce.
Murray bumped, and the basket will not count. Mays has been very good with the ball coming off the bench.
Court check in the game.
York from deep.
He could hit it from Manhattan, I think.
He certainly could. Inside, and a foul.
Nice presence once again. Nothing easy around the rim.
And now wholesale substitutions coming in. They'll allow some of the walk-ons to get a chance to play.
Look at Colorado. It really puts a lot of pressure on Booker. Some of the subs as well. And Josh Scott, one of those guys who starts, obviously they're going to have to step up his game a little bit.
So Chris Johnson in, as well as Jacob Hazard, the grandson of legendary UCLA player and former head coach Walt Hazard. And a foul. Trey Mason in as well, and Matt Korchek for Arizona. I remember one time calling a game, and it was garbage time, and the subs came in, and I didn't mention everyone's name. I got a letter from a mom. My son worked so hard, he finally got in the game, and you didn't even mention his name checking in.
And you've never made that mistake again.
Never made that mistake again. Duly noted, ma'am. Korchek. How about that?
Plugging and banging.
Inside, left hand. Off the mark for Igor Kulichov. Oh, Barnes. Here's Hazard. He's got Pitts. And foul.
Why don't we stay alive? What can you do for me lately in this game?
That's right. Long season, coach.
Plenty of games left. And in this conference now, you can have some power games, too, to improve your lot.
Eric Conklin checks in for Arizona.
That's the shame. He was free for a minute, Barnes. Once you leave your feet, you got some problems.
One minute.
A minute remaining. Pitts leaves it. Johnson, and he's fouled.
It's fun to watch them, though, because they're so unselfish.
Chris Johnson, the brother of Nick Johnson.
His third personal. Chris Johnson at the line, shooting 2.
And a lane violation called against Arizona State, so Johnson will get one more.
That call made my night. That was big.
They feel that down the road, Chris Johnson may be able to contribute on this team. Murray. And a foul.
Get a few days off to reconnoiter, go over the tape, some individual highlights. Collectively, not quite up to snuff for her.
So the final 30 seconds, Arizona. Looking for win number 18. 7 Cats in double figures.
Jacob dribbling it out. Walt wouldn't like this. He'd like him to take a shot. God bless him.
18 straight wins. And over and back the call with 5.7 to go. Murray. And that will count. 18 straight wins, though, for Arizona. The longest streak in school history. They improved to